Federal Executive Council (FEC) has approved the establishment of a new anti-corruption agency that will be charged with the responsibility of coordinating all recovered looted assets. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, disclosed this to State House correspondents after the FEC meeting which held earlier today, September 16th. He explained that assets recovered have been in the hands of several agencies and that better coordination will encourage international and overall coordination in recovering more looted assets. He said the new anti-corruption agency will be named Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Agency. He told newsmen that FEC has approved transmission of a bill titled Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Agency Bill to the National Assembly. He said once the bill becomes law and the agency is established, it will see to proper documentation and management of such recovered assets and thereby guarantee transparency and accountability. According to Malami, an agency of this nature has become necessary in a bid to consolidate the gains achieved so far in the government's war against corruption. And he said the Federal Ministry of Justice presented to Council a memo today, Wednesday. The memo is about a bill which seeks the approval of the Council to transmit to the National Assembly for passage. It is the Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Agency Bill. It is in essence a bill that is targeted and intended to have a place, a legal and institutional framework. The legal component of it is having a law, and the institutional component of it is to have an agency that will be saddled with the responsibility of managing the assets that constitute the process of crime in Nigeria. What happens before now is the process of crime are scattered all over and mostly in the hands of different and multiple agencies of government, inclusive of the police, the DSS, Department of State Service, EFCC, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and ICPC, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. So what's that kind of arrangement? With that kind of arrangement, which is ad hoc, there is no agency of government that is saddled with the responsibility of data generation. An agency that can give you offhand the number of the landed assets, number of immovable assets, the amount in cash that are recovered by the federal government by way of interim forfeiture over way of a final forfeiture. So it is indeed over time a kind of arrangement that is not uniform and consistent. If you have a budget item for recovered assets, this agency will now be in a position to provide information to the Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning on demand as to what amount is there available for budget purposes, thereby establishing the desired transparency, the desired accountability, which has not been available before now, Malami said. They will create with all this that he has said, that the reason why we are not getting through with this corruption fight is because all these recovered assets are scattered among all these agencies. So what stops all the agencies doing the right thing? If you do the right thing, definitely, and you are accountable, I don't think it should have problem. There should be problem, because with this one, there's still going to be problem. They created a NDDC because so that it will be separated from every other commission that will be seeing the affairs of the Niger Delta people. But because of that, they said it's not going to work. They now created the NDDC. The question is that the NDDC they created now as a sole commission to handle that project in Niger Delta. How far have they gone? Is it not the same story? How many years down the line? The same story. They will create this one. There will be story. People who are serious with little you have, with whatever you have, if people are genuine with the job they have been given, they will do excellently well. All this creation of whatever is not going to solve problem. Rather, they are just creating an avenue again to embezzle money, create an avenue to waste money, waste resources. And that's why you see that whether a commissioner or a minister, we have numerous aides working under them. What are they doing? The problem we're having in this country is the cost of governance is too expensive. Not to talk of what individuals they even take as a take-home or as a remunerations. It's just too expensive. Many, whatever all around. And yet no result. When they are afraid, when they cannot do the right thing, they will begin to say, oh, they are going to be blaming this, blaming that. How does that help now? Now it's creating another agency. Meaning all of those police, whatever, I say that all those things are scattered in their hands. If those people, all those departments or whatever they call them, whether they are commissioned, if they are really prudent and know what they are doing, if corruption has not eaten deep, it will even be better, because if anybody wants to say something otherwise, the other ones will say, no, this is what I have. But I don't just understand. These people, they will tell you that they go to school, but the kind of school they go, they turn it around to do GBT. That's just the way I see it. So do GBT. Believe you me, of course, they will pass it. Because if we have people in the House of Assembly, if they know what they are doing, they will question this thing, that this is a multiple roles that you are still creating. And that's why we are paying double taxes in this country. If we have people who in that House of Assembly, the National Assembly, if they know what they are doing, they will be able to question this, in my own opinion, because everything created before now, has not yielded positive results. But you know what? They will just quickly sign it. You know that that's why they call them rubber stamp. People are not just calling them rubber stamp because according to what the Senate President said, that whatever the President brings, any request or whatever, they will grant it, because they just believe that he has the interest of Nigeria at heart. Even if he makes mistake, they don't care. They will sign it. That is another avenue to waste resources. In my opinion, that's just it. And I don't know whether some Nigerians will see reason to what I'm saying. Well, the government is setting up a hunt dog instead of strengthening the existing body. What a waste, and what a way to weaken the anti-corruption fight. Stop deceiving Nigerians. What about EFCC and ICPC? And you are bringing a bill to create another agency. To do what? National Assembly should not allow him by not passing the bill for any reading. Please, they will pass it. Forget. Is it not the same National Assembly? They've already said anything coming from the president or from the presidency is a welcome one. It's done deal. Well, too many creation. Why not make the existing ones work instead? Exactly. A king will come that may not know Joseph. Malam has hidden agenda towards asset recovery, which his hands are stained. Besides, waste of Nigeria resources on frivolous agencies. Which one can be merged together to achieve targeted purpose like ICPC and EFCC under one manager? The one can be given this new responsibility. Okay, whether the new one can be given this new responsibility. However, any of these agencies should not be under the direct or supervisory control of Justice Ministry and CJN of the Federation, and also Ministry of Justice. Politician should be split of Chief Justice of Federation. Malami presumably has some properties acquired illegally which needed to be covered up. This is his problems with Magu, while the latter also indirectly power corrupted. We know all these things. At the end of the day, they will waste taxpayers' money on all of these things, and believe you me, no results whatsoever will come out of this whole thing. Leave your comment below, guys, and let's know your thoughts on this.